don't do bleachers.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This fielded at the 2. Oh, now he bowls him over. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Watson. A dump down to McKinnon. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, Watson almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. He fights it, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Back 22. Back 22. Come back, come back. Tiger.
From the red zone now, Watson being chased out left. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Two jet. Reset.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Easy. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, not back on their heels.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Ready. White 25. Check 3.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now out comes Houston. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll start on the ground with Galage. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Toss play to Galage. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Come back, come back. Hey, green the line, green the line. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here we go, hey, hey. Here we go, even. Let's convert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Here we go, T. Hey, it's just me and you.
Jameis to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Watson. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Richmond. Hey, green the line. Come back.
On 4th down, Watson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey,
Now Jameis on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Third and short yardage, Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On 1st and 10, Winston. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready. Here we go. Even.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hey, stop. Let's go. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd down, Winston. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Come back.
To throw is Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
5-0. Green, triple C. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Following the interception, Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Jameis now on first down. That is caught at the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by Howard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play fake. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Andre Howe. Gates, the intended receiver there.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on second is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's third down. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Tiger.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Gold able to tack on the extra point. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Jameis now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Ready? Black 25. Hey, 5-0. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Winston now from the 50. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Gates, the intended receiver there. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll stay on the ground. Balazs again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Come back. Down. Green 39.
Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Right back to him on first down. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Watson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 550.
On 2nd down, Winston again. He'll rifle this one deep right. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, Winston. He sets to fire deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Gates, the intended receiver there, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Hey, 5-0 to 50.
Jameis again. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! As his guys are in for 6, and the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Texans. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Green, Trevor, C. Hey, base, hey.
Winston now to throw on first down. Pushing through the contact. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, 5-0.
2nd down, Winston. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Sonic. 4 down. Even. Where we go?
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return comes